Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today we're looking at another game coming to Kickstarter soon, Hunted Wode Ridge, which is the third game in the Hunted series by Gabe Barrett. And it's kind of funny since I just covered the Snallygaster situation last week, but this is another game heavily inspired by kind of the kids on bike genre, Stephen King stories, E.T., that kind of thing. In this case, the game is for solo or for 2 players, and you control a group of scrappy kids who the adults don't understand and who the FBI is out to get, trying to discover the identity of some creature in your town and defeat it before it ruins everything. As always, no disclaimer needed for this one. We never accept compensation for our Kickstarter coverage. We just want to help you make an informed decision. And I'm going to start by giving an overview of the gameplay, then I'm going to do a full playthrough, and finally I'll give my impressions on what I've played so far. If you want to skip to any of that, just use the timestamps. And if you like what you see here on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us on Patreon for early access to our videos and cool perks. Listen to our weekly podcast, join the conversation on our Discord, and check out our new streaming channel for additional game coverage. And by the way, just to note quickly, this is an early prototype, so everything you see here probably will change at least a little bit, like a lot of the art is missing right now. So the core component of Wode Ridge, and this is consistent in the Hunted series, is this big deck of cards. You're going to be drawing from the bottom of the deck. Why the bottom? Because this deck is double-sided, kind of like Stranger Things and other of these stories. You can go from the normal world to kind of this twisted, upside-down version of reality. And every card you draw will have a different effect based on which world you're in. But the basic idea of the game is you're going to be drawing cards one at a time into a row. If you build up too many negative cards, some bad things happen. But you can spend 1 time, it's kind of small, but you've got this little time tracker here. You can spend 1 time to get rid of all the cards in the row to hide and protect yourselves. But the truly key gameplay mechanic is comboing icons together. So what you can do is you can use any icons on the left sides of cards you've dealt out to activate the icons in the bottom right of other cards. So I could discard this regroup card to use its magnifying glass to activate Fizz Cola, which would then give me this cola as an item to use. And that's kind of the basic core of the game, trying to get these icons to help you do this stuff, while looking out for these alert icons, which are these little bells, which will combo with these trouble cards to get you attacked, get you warped to the other side. Lots of bad stuff can happen. And all this connects with the other key part of the game, which is the evidence board. You're trying to determine which monster you all are facing. So as you resolve certain actions, you're going to get to place cards on this board, and they'll have to have this kind of adjacency rule. You'll see that once I start playing. And once you fill the entire board, then you've discovered the monster's identity, and you have a big boss fight to finish up the game. But meanwhile, you'll be spending time as you rest and hide and encounter trouble. You can lose your health. If either of those go down to 0, then you lose the game immediately. And often a lot of bad things that'll happen will ask you to roll some dice to try to avoid them, and then you can spend a time to get some dice back so you have better luck with those kind of things. So those are kind of like your main resources. You also have these 5 cards representing your little gang of kids. You can flip them over to get different effects. And there are these regroup actions that let you flip them all back up again and get their powers to use again. But those are the basics of the game. It's really pretty straightforward. You'll see it as we play. Alright, so to quickly go through my team at the start of the playthrough, we've got Danny, who is great at finding his way, the fastest bike rider in town. Celia, the clue finder, and apparently a friend to butterflies everywhere. Jack looks like a bit of a scrapper, not afraid to bust some heads in the search for truth. And Jayla, clearly the saddest, most dour member of the team. Just kidding, she's probably a ball of energy. And then our team's little mix match of E.T. and 11 from Stranger Things, Marty McFly, or just Marty. He can heal the team, he can lift their bikes in the air to get away, he can shoot psychic energy at people, solve complex mechanisms. He's the most powerful member of the team by far and can do a lot of cool things for you. Alright, so let's get going. Your main action each turn is to either put a card down, hide by spending a time to get rid of all the cards, or rest by spending a time to get some dice back and heal 1 damage. Clearly right now we're going to deal out some cards. Oh wow, right off the bat. So locations, you always begin at the neighborhood location, and whenever you draw a new location, you get rid of the old one to the discard pile. And when you go to them, you'll have an immediate effect. So the government lab. We have to draw 3 trouble cards, and if one is an FBI card, it attacks you. Place the rest in the middle of the trouble deck. So this is going to become our current location, which mainly matters because as you get evidence cards, you get to have like these little story beats and read these little narratives, and they'll take place at the current location. So right now we're at the lab. And that location reference trouble cards, we're going to draw 3, hoping we don't see the FBI. You got a portal. Our parents, and another portal. Awesome. So no FBI, no negative effect. These just get shuffled back into the deck. All right, let's keep searching. So we found a dog, just to explain the icons. The little bell icon means we're making some noise. If we have 2 of those in the row or more, and then one of the negative trouble cards comes out, the entire row is discarded and we lose the time and have to fight the trouble cards. You don't want that to happen. But additionally, Spot is giving us access to a magnifying glass icon. If we can get from a different card this little handshake friendship icon, he'll become our friend, go to our little ally pool over here, and he'll give us a fist we can use in a future die roll test without having to roll the dice. And interesting now, a regroup card gives us a compass. We would need a little map icon or directions to actually use it. And it would let us regroup, which would heal a bunch, get all our dice back, flip all our guys back over, which is totally useless at the moment because no one is flipped. Oop, and now we have a trouble, which means if we draw another trouble, that's a double trouble. You'll lose 1 time and you have to draw 2 trouble cards and deal with both of them. Or if, like I said, we get 1 more noise, not just the one from Spot, but 1 more, we'll also trigger the trouble, discard the entire row, and lose 1 time. So I'm actually going to use the hide action, which means I spend 1 time. I discard the entire row on my own. That's what hiding does. But now we've gotten rid of the chance of that trouble popping and doing something bad for us. All right, now we got a clue. More noise. Gives us a couple icons. We need 2 of these to access it. And the question mark is the most important icon in the game. That gets you the evidence cards that get you closer to discovering the identity of the boss and winning. So we definitely want to activate that one if we can. Okay, and an ally found, which is another noise. So if we draw a trouble right now, that'd be bad. But if we can get a handshake, we get to draw from the ally deck and get a card that'll give us some nice bonuses. And neither of these can trigger the other. So I'll take a chance and draw again. No! So we got a trouble. We check if we have 2 noise or more. We do. We discard all these cards. Lose another time. We're down to 18. And we have to deal with a single trouble card. Oh, it's a portal. So there's no immediate negative effect, but we take the entire deck, we flip it over, and we move this little blocking card, this clock tower, flip it to its green side just to block what's on the top so we can't see it. And not quite as important, but you do want to flip the discard pile as well, so all your discards are the same facing up. As you might imagine, being on the other side is way more dangerous, but you also find more clues, although there's very few allies to come by, so let's see how we do. Ooh, a discovery. This one gets us 2 evidence cards, but it has a noise, and we need both of those icons. Now, Danny and Celia can tag team that together and flip it all by themselves with their abilities, but let's see what comes out before we take that route. Oh man, another trouble. Okay, so you know what I am going to do? I'm going to use Celia for her magnifying glass. Danny's going to help her track it down. And when you activate a card, you discard it unless it's like an ally or something you hang on to. So we're going to get to draw 2 evidence cards and place them. So coming over to our evidence board, we flip over the 2 cards. We found some claw marks and a magnetic field. Now the rule for placing evidence is pretty straightforward. You can put evidence down wherever the heck you want. But whenever you put an evidence card to the left or right of another one, so either of these right spaces or either of these left ones, you have to check that any of those adjacencies have at least 1 icon in common. So like this has this little paw print. I can't put it here next to the claw marks because that does not also have a paw print on this side. But I could put it here or here because they have at least 1 icon in common, the shield. And yeah, actually, I think that's a pretty good way to start. Now, whenever you completely fill one of the evidence columns, that's when you check your current location, like I'm still at the government lab, and you read from this fun little narrative book to see what happens based on the sum of these numbers in the bottom right. So like, if I had chosen to do this, I would have the number 4 encounter at the government labs, but not doing that yet. All right, our trouble's still hanging out. We could hide now, but let's... Ooh, no! So this card is an immediate threat. You know that from the little exclamation point. That means we have to deal with it right away. And these will always be tests with your dice. You can roll from 1 to 5 dice, or you can roll no dice at all and just suffer the consequence. And in this case, if we don't get at least 1 of these speech icons to make these captured teens leave us alone, we're going to lose 1 time. That's the consequence. But the nasty thing about being in the Upside Down as opposed to the normal world is that every die that rolls one of these negative green heart icons will damage us once. So it's really not a great idea to roll a ton of dice here. But I also don't want to lose a time, so let's roll 3 dice and see what happens. Oof, that was a terrible result. We did not stop them, so we lose 1 time going down to 17. And we also take 1 damage from the green heart. But they are discarded regardless of the result. And any dice you use go to this little used side of the player board, and you have to take a rest action to get up to 5 of them back. And our trouble is still hanging out. Oh no, a double trouble. That means it immediately resolves. We lose a time. We discard all the cards in the row. We got to draw 2 trouble cards and deal with them at the same time. So here you go for those Christine fans. We've got double killer cars coming after us. We need a wheel icon and a gear icon, or we'll suffer 2 damage. But you can have allies or items or other things that let you use icons to avoid rolling altogether, which I'm going to do here. I'm going to have Marty just take care of both of these cars. His tokens go away. They're just to mark which abilities you've used. But again, if we do the regroup action, which gets all of our characters back, he'll get all his tokens back as well. So, Charlotte's get out of here. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, but we still need to find some more evidence. We're running low on time. Oh, the Taken attacking us again? All right, let's go for 3 dice again. Come on. Yes. All right, so the star is a wild, so we don't lose the time, but we do take another damage down to 8. And this is a great example of why you don't want to stay in the upside down for too long. It's just really dangerous. Gosh, another trouble? No, really? Well, at least we're getting rid of all of them once, I guess. So we're down to 15 time. And this time we've got a twisted version of our favorite teacher coming after us. We need a fist and a wheel to run away. I'm going to go ahead and use Marty's fist for free. And then since the dice can cause me damage anyway, you can choose not to roll it all. I'm just going to take the damage and suck it up. All right, we'll probably need to rest sometime soon, but let's keep it going for now. Well, you know what? We can go and use Marty's last icon. That just heals us 1 automatically. And while we're at it, might as well use Jayla's power. She just pushes our time cube back 1 to 16. Probably should have been using Jack's ability to discard a card from the row, like a trouble card, but too late right now. All right, come on. Ooh, portable TV. If I can get a magnifying glass, I can discard this to go back to the normal world immediately. A nice one to have. More Taken. These guys won't leave me alone. Okay, I'll roll 2 dice. I'm almost out here. And great. Another damage and a time. No. And speaking of time, I'm going to spend 1 going down to 14. I can get up to 5 of my dice back. I heal 1 health. And I could, if I wanted to, move one of my placed evidence cards, still following adjacency rules, but no need to do that yet. Alright, come on. Alright, Discovery, that's good. No icons between each other, but still, it's another 2 evidence if I can get it. Oh, and a portal to go back home. Once again, though, no matching of icons except the Discovery could go to the portal, but that would discard the entire row, and there's actually no danger at the moment, so let's not use it. Oh, another portable TV, but we got 2 noise now. That'll again let me do the portal if I wanted to. Okay, let's hope I don't draw trouble. There's been so many, I'm sure we're fine. Oh, the darkness is attacking us. So we need a fist or we take 1 damage. You know what, I'm just not going to roll again. I don't want to risk just rolling hearts anyway, and there we go. Alright, should I... Okay, you know what, I don't want to risk drawing a trouble right here, so let's go ahead and discard, doesn't really matter, this for the portal, and that will discard the entire row. No time spent though, we just flip back to the normal world. Alright, let's see if things will be a bit friendlier here. Oh, there's my brother's car before it turns into a monster. No negatives over here, it doesn't give us anything. But if we can get that icon, it becomes a compass for us to use later. Alright, and some clues, good, that can get us the car if we want it. Ooh, and a Discovery for double clues, that's nice. Okay, and an ally found. The Discovery could get us that, and it has a noise, so it might not be a bad idea to get rid of it, although that's 2 clues. But yeah, you know what, let's get the ally. So I'm going to go and discard both of those. And I get the top card from the ally deck, Cookie. They just have a single fist icon I can discard them for, so not too bad. Ah, but now a trouble. You know, let's go and use Jack, because I like this double clue card, and just get rid of that entirely. Oh my gosh, which is probably a good idea, because we just got another one. I don't want to hide right now. Let's go... Okay, Discovery, but I've got 1 noise. Can I make anything happen with just this stuff? I can still get the car. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because then the car won't get discarded. It won't be in the row anymore. So I'll use the clues symbol to get the car. It hangs out, just offering that icon to me. And, okay, you know what? I'll go ahead and take the time, going down to 13, just to make sure we're safe. I'll discard both of those. I'll hide. Ooh, Mr. Keating! He can give me a magnifying glass to make getting those clues easier. I just need that icon. A Fizzy Coal lets me refresh 2 dice. Oh, no, let me get him. So I'll probably use that to get Mr. Keating. Okay, and I could then use him to get a clue. I only have 1 noise, though, so I'm still pretty safe. And oh, we're at the high school. If there's a Bullies card in the Trouble discard pile, it attacks you. But there's not. The only one we've encountered so far is a portal, so we're safe. But that doesn't mean we're at the high school now if we find any clues. And we're still mostly safe. Let's keep going. Oh, another clue. This one's more expensive to get, though. Okay, we're still safe-ish. Ooh, a Discovery. Can we make that happen? Oh man, 3 compasses? I can get 1 from the clue, but that's it so far. Well, for now, let's get rid of the cola to get Mr. Keating to help us out. Oh, and I forgot the car has a compass. So actually, I've got 2 compasses if I need them. Let's see if we can get a third. A shortcut, that would give us a wheel in a test. Oh, and it needs a compass. Darn, I don't really want to do that then. Okay, med kit. Ooh, with another compass. Is that enough? Yeah, so we'll discard this for 1, the clue for 2, our brother's car, we'll just crash it into a wall for 3, and get the discovery for 2 more evidence. Loving it. What else have we got in our sleepy town? Strange weather and security footage. See, I could put strange weather there. It would line up. Could put security footage there. I think that one definitely makes sense. And sure, let's go ahead and have our first little adventure in the high school. Since we've completed a column, we're going to look at 1 plus 3, entry number 4.
I don't think we're going to find anything in here,
Celia says, her eyes analyzing every inch of the empty indoor swimming pool area. Danny plops onto the bleachers with a sigh. Outside, the clouds give way to the moon, which is shining a strange reddish tint. Its beams pour through the large windows directly into the pool, casting the red glow onto the water.
Ah, creepy, says Jayla.
I don't know. I think it's kind of calming, Danny says, now laying down on the bench. Hey guys, look at me. I'm captain of the swim team. You look up to see Jack standing on the high dive and making various muscle poses. The water begins to move and slosh beneath him. Get down now, Jayla shouts, just as a large wave jumps from the pool towards Jack. A red, watery hand emerges and grabs him, pulling him off the board and into the deep end. Oh, Jack, you honest shouldn't have done that. We got 2 choices here. Run and find something in the equipment closet to use to rescue Jack, losing 1 time, or quickly use something in your backpack to rescue Jack, discarding an item card. We don't have any items, so, Jack, you'll just have to waste some of our time. We are down to 12. Oh, those crazy kids. All right, we're still in a pretty safe place. Let's keep going. All right, here's how you get an item. Item found. And it's got a noise, so I could use the shortcut to get it. Or I could use the shortcut and Mr. Keating to get another clue. But let's see how things are going. Oh, man, another clue. Item found has 1 compass. Okay, now we've got 2 noise, so we definitely want to do something. This clue has a handshake that would let us befriend Lucky the dog and give us a fist if we need one. That would also get rid of 1 of the noises and make us safe again. So, sure, let's do that. So, Lucky, come hang out with Mr. Keating. Oh, and a discovery again to get 2. I need 2 compasses. I only have 1 from item found, and that's a liability with the noise from both of them. All right, well, let's use the shortcut to get item found to resolve. Give us an item card. In this case, we got the rabbit's foot. Turn up to 2 dice to any side. Oh, that'd be amazing when you're fighting the boss at the end. I like it. My stuff is getting pretty crowded here. I like that, though. And we're somewhat safe again. Oh, man, regroup. Don't get me wrong, I love regroup, and actually, yeah, I think we should do it because all our people are flipped. So, even though I want the discovery, that's also a noise card, so let's discard that to trigger regroup. So what happens with this is, the negative side, we lose 2 time as we all meet and talk together. But I get all my dice back. I heal 2 health, almost to full. And the big one is I get every one of my friends ready to act again, including all 4 of Marty's tokens. And you know what? No time like the present. Let's have Jayla go ahead and get us the time back right away, so we're back to 11. All right, here we go. Trouble. We have no noise at the moment, so only another trouble would hurt us. I think we're okay. Item found. I could get that, but that would also get me a clue. Let's try our luck one more time. No! So we lose a time. All of these go away, and we have to draw 2 trouble cards. In this case, first our parents yell at us a bit, and then we suffer through a portal. Now, when you're in the regular world, you can't suffer any extra negative effects from rolling the dice. You can't get hurt. So we just need to get a talking symbol or lose 1 time. I'm going to spend, 4 dice. And yes, okay, I got a wild, so we do deal with our parents, but then we go through the portal back to Dangerville. No worries, no worries. Well, okay, except a little bit of worries with the trouble already. Portable TV would get us back to the normal world. I wouldn't mind that. No! God, these troubles just love coming in pairs. So we're down to 9 time. We've got, oh my gosh, a pair of rabid dogs? Now, we could lose a ton of health, but let's try using 3 dice and see what happens. Oh, now I get all the talking. Well, wait, one of the dogs, yeah, did need a fist. Okay, we're just going to take 1 damage from that. All right, something nicer. Oh, an escape plan is great. It lets me ignore a trouble as it comes out, which is pretty excellent. Another discovery. Oh, and I've already got a compass. I just need a magnifying glass, or I can use Celia. And a clue. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and flip Celia. And I'm actually going to discard the clue for the compass instead of escape plan. And that will trigger the discovery for 2 more clues. This time I've found an old book, maybe the Necronomicon, and a news report. All right, I've got a light bulb there. So that could go like here, I guess. And this one has a light bulb plus a paw, so it could go in either of these places. Let's go ahead and make it go right there. I like that. Our time's getting kind of low, but I have almost half the evidence board filled out, so not necessarily as good as I would like to be doing. An item found, but not terrible. Okay, I've got 2 noise. Can I get rid of one of these? Ooh, I can use the escape plan to get the item found, or the item found to get the escape plan. I'd rather have the escape plan at this point to get rid of trouble and save my time. So that'll hang out until I need to use it to get rid of a trouble. Alright, a portal back. I already have the compass. I would just need a magnifying glass. Let's see if I find any evidence. Oh! We're going to the mall, but in the parking lot, a car attacks us. Draw 3 trouble cards. If one is Charlotte, it attacks you. So we're not in the high school anymore. And I did indeed have a Charlotte. Let's see, what do I need? A gear? I'm just going to have Marty deal with it. He does not like those cars. Okay, no worries, no worries. Got a clue, still no noise. That's good. Might as well draw a few more. Another clue, but with 1 noise. Still okay. I'm going to rescue an ally with a noise. I'd love to get one of these clues going. So this one just needs a single one of those. Okay, escape plan. There we go. So escape plan with the clue. That'll get us 1 evidence. Some bite marks. Could put that in magnetic field with the paw on the left. Could also get it over here, although that wouldn't help me to get anything over here because since I have the double token, it wouldn't give me more than 1 icon. You want like a bunch of different icons in each column so you can more easily place stuff in the adjacent rows. So yeah, let's do that one, which means we are going to have the number 6 adventure in the mall. You know, I used to basically live in those things, says Danny, pointing at the ball pit. It takes him a moment to feel childish about saying it. Jayla notices his blushing. It's also basically all bacteria, says Celia, nervously clutching her own hands. They never clean them. You move closer to the ball pit, which sits quietly outside a closed Funny Bunny's fast food restaurant. Is that a hand? Asks Celia, pointing to the middle of the sea of color. Looking at the pit, you see one thing that is clearly not like the others. A single hand laying limply just above the surface. What the? Jack says, scratching his head. As you glance at each other and then stare back at the pit, the hand twitches. You jump back with a gasp. Do we help them? Asks Jayla, not knowing what could lurk just beneath the surface of the pit. I don't know, Danny says. I've heard those things are covered in bacteria. Get in the ball pit and pull the person out. Lose 1 time to draw an ally card or keep moving. Okay, it's cruel, but you're probably a monster anyway, right? Bye! We don't have much time. I mean, come on, we're dealing with the safety of the known world here. We can't just help every little guy in a ball pit. Oh, another discovery, and I have literally no compasses except from Danny. Come on. Oh, and a trouble card. Crud. Let's see. You know, I'm doing great with having a ton of cards. Let's go ahead and use Jack here to get rid of that trouble, because I like the combos I'm building up. Oh, and another trouble. Well, good thing I did that. But now I'm in danger. A trouble or a noise would take care of me. Can I spend this at all? So he's got a magnifying glass and one of those. I could use it to go to the portal, but then that would waste all the other cards I've got here. Oh, wait, I've got an escape plan. So you know what, let's discard that to get rid of that trouble that just came out. There we go. And what the heck? I mean, I guess we're just getting rid of a lot of them. Oh, man. Okay, maybe I can go through the portal. Oh, and I think this is a misprint. I think I'm supposed to get an ally card if I rescue an ally, not go through a portal. That's just the wrong icon. So, yeah, let's go ahead and use Discovery to get rescue ally and gain an ally card. And hey, maybe we'll just say we went back to the ball pit, and we found our Granny in the ball pit. What were you doing in there, Gran? But she can heal us twice? I mean, shoot, Granny, just do that now, maybe? Well, let's save her until later on, like in the boss fight, I guess. Alright, so now we're mostly safe again, unless like a fourth trouble comes out, but that seems low, right? Ooh. So Amos Wade is a friendly ghost. He gives us a wild to use whenever we want in a fight if we can get him. Do we have any handshakes? No. And how about him helping us out? He could get us through the portal if Danny used his icon, but that's expensive. Come on. No! Okay, we got 2 noise with the treble. That discards everything. We're down to 8 time again. We draw a single treble. It's evil Mr. Keating again. Let's use Marty's fist and just not deal with it. Aliens don't like teachers anyway. Another trouble. Yikes. Okay, and a discovery with a noise. Whatever, I'm just hiding. Going down to 7 time. Get rid of both of those. Come on now. Oh, but time is getting short. Okay, rescue an ally. Don't need that. Discovery. Yes, rescue an ally will work with that. I just need a magnifying glass. Whoa. Now we're in the old manor. You may take an Amos Wode card from the discard pile and add it to your team. We just find a friendly ghost. And man, we've gone through almost the entire deck. There's got to be one. Yep, there we go. So he'll be a star, a wild, whenever we need one in a roll. I'm kind of getting a huge crew over here, so we'll just kind of throw him sort of in camera. And with that, we're looking a lot safer. I'd love to get that discovery. Ooh, escape plan is a magnifying glass. Yeah, there we go. Let's do this. Okay, so 2 more evidence. After this, we'll only need 6 more, but so little time left. Got a shadowy figure and a bloodstain. Lovely. And I just realized I've left myself in a kind of cruddy spot here with only the gray there. Next time I take a rest, I could move the magnetic field down and have a little bit of an easier time fitting something in there. Yeah, let's see. The bloodstain. Oh, we've got a green there, so yeah, that'll work fine. And then, the shadowy figure could go right there. And then I leave myself 3 icons I can match up to finish that column. All right, our row is empty. A portal, I don't mind that. Oh, we're in another place. Cemetery. No, 3 trouble cards, and we have to fight a rabid dog if we get one. And we did, of course. Let's just use Marty to take care of him. All right, come on, come on, come on. Oh, we gotta fight the darkness? Oh, we got so many punches. You know what? Cookie, take care of him. So Cookie punches the darkness, and then we just run away. I'm sure that went well. Okay, into trouble. All right, just let me get through the portal and I'll leave. No! Gosh. I need to get out of this world. I'm at 6 time. I'll say I have Evil Mr. Keating and Charlotte the car. I'll roll all 3 of my remaining dice and hope I get at least one of those symbols. Okay, I got the one for Mr. Keating, but not for Charlotte. So I'm just going to lose 1 heart. Not too terrible. Except sort of terrible because I'm out of dice now. Alright, it's fine. Just keep going. Of course, another trouble. Item found. That's cool. Discovery. That's great. Oh, now I'm in the forest? Exhaust 3 dice. I don't have 3 dice or lose 2 health. What is this forest doing to me? Oh, Granny can heal me. And actually, Marty's got his 1 healing, so there we go. But yeah, I gotta keep pushing on. I gotta get that discovery going. Okay, an escape plan. That's another magnifying glass. Oh, but it's also a noise. Okay, nothing to be done. Let's make it happen. Fairgrounds. Exhaust 2 dice or lose 1 time. I should have healed my dice. I'm down to 5 time. All right, come on, 1 more. We can make this happen. We can be okay. Or wait. Should I do the escape plan? I'd have to use the discovery to do it. No, come on. Oh, man. You may lose 1 time to take over a group action. All right, this is... it's 1 time. Wait a second, it's only 1 time instead of 2 time normally. So yes, I'm definitely going to do it. I get all my dice back. I get all my characters back. And I can immediately use Jayla to get the 1 time I spent back. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know, with that, I am feeling good about this. But I also hate that trouble card. So let's discard the discovery to get the escape plan. I know it's what I wanted for the evidence, but whatever. Okay, and there's another discovery. Okay, let's... Well, no, the escape plan's okay. No, you know what? Let's use it now to get rid of the trouble, because I could draw a noise and be in danger. I've got... Good, I can actually use Seala to get the other discovery, but let's see if something else will give it to me first. That's not going to do it. That's not going to do it. Alright, let's have Celia and the portal go. To get us 2 more evidence, yes. Now, we've only got 6 spots left to fill, but if you can't place an evidence, you just have to discard it. Radio waves and a cryptic message. Okay, cryptic message can definitely go there. And still nothing go here. I definitely need to, like, move stuff around there. This could go here. That would work pretty well. Or let's make it go here. Yeah, and then cryptic message. So we are doing encounter 4, 8, 11 at the neighborhood. Move toward the foul lines, Jack orders into the churning storm. Celia clambers towards him as he reaches an arm into the vortex, pulling her free. Whatever this storm is, it's localized within the baseball diamond, Jack says. You shouldn't have removed home plate, Celia yells. Stepping into the diamond, Jack feels the wind swell as swirling dust devils dance around home base and wheeze through the chain-link fence. He struggles to stay upright, squinting through the gale force winds. Someone's arm reaches out and Jack clasps their hand and pulls them back over the foul line. It's Danny. A little worse for the wear, but okay. Suddenly, Jayla bursts from the whirlwind, bruised but still standing. It's getting worse in there, she warns. All the rocks, branches, and sand, it's a death trap. But someone needs to go in and shut it down. She holds home plate in the air and looks around. Any volunteers? So we can fight our way back to replace home plate and shut down the storm for 1 damage, or let an ally go in. We do have Granny and Amos Wade and Mr. Keating and shut the storm down. Nah, we're going to take the damage ourselves after we just got healed. Because we are heroes, gosh darn it. Here we go. All right, we only need 4 more evidence. Oh man, the forest again exhausts 3 dice or lose 2 health. Well, now we can at least exhaust the dice this time. Okay, and another Amos. We got a noise. We could use the clue to get him. Well, let's draw a few more cards. Okay, now we're in danger. Discovery. And Amos is the only magnifying glass. Darn it. Alright, it's fine. We'll use the clue to get Amos. And now we have 2 wilds hanging out. We just got ghosts all over the place. If we get to the boss, I feel like all our stuff will make it pretty easy. We just need to have the time. Oh, portable TV to teleport back. We still don't have a magnifying glass for it. Darn it. Okay, hope I don't draw trouble. Okay, gotta fight the darkness. Punch it, Marty. Boom. Okay, come on, don't be a trouble. Discovery. 3 noises okay, as long as we don't get a discovery. Yes. This one needs needs the compasses. So we can do... Let's actually keep that discovery. We'll do item found and portable TV. 2 more evidence if we can fit them. We only need 2 more after this. Oh man, you know what I just realized? When I took that regroup action, I could have moved 1 piece of evidence. I would have moved that down there. Ah, well. I didn't think of it. Okay, we got secret files and witness. A witness to the monster. Yep, that won't work. Let's see. No. Oh, this will fit in there because it's got the tape to the tape. And then good, the witness will fit in here. Let's see, this one has 3 things to fit, so we'll put it there. And okay, we've got 10 in the forest. The old car. At the bottom of a steep, rocky gulch is an old, rusted sedan. Thorny-looking brush has grown up around the car. The tires are gone, but the doors and windows are still intact. I bet there's something useful inside that old thing if we could just get down there and back up again, says Jack. I wonder how it got out here, Celia peers out over the edge of the gulch. I think there's some kind of house over there. Jayla points to the woods on the other side of the gulch where the peak of a roof is visible. A crow caws harshly as it lands on a nearby branch. Its beady red eyes glare menacingly. It flaps off in the direction of the house. I think we should check out the car. It's obviously abandoned, says Danny. We better hurry. If it starts to rain, we'll never get back up this cliff, replies Jack. Okay, we can roll to try to get a wheel. If we do, we climb down and search the car. We draw an item. If we fail, we take a damage. Actually, you know what? We don't need to climb. Marty levitation powers. So he gets us an item. Ooh, a spiked bat. The bane of monsters everywhere. Another fist. Jeez. I mean, between our dog and our ghosts and Granny to heal us, Mr. Keating. Oh, I keep on forgetting about him. Oh, I've already got 1 magnifying glass from him. I just need 1 more. Come on, baby. If I get that and then get the right symbols. Oh, the darkness. You know what? Just take our damage. Take a damage. I don't care. Okay, come on. Give me a magnifying glass. Magnifying glass. Okay. Mr. Keating. Magnifying glass. Let's see. Actually, hold on. If we get this evidence right, we're going to fight the boss. So I'm going to take a rest action first. So that gets all our dice back, 1 health back. And the potentially big one, make our chances of finding a match better. I'm going to move... I think this makes the most sense. This evidence down here. Because now I go from having to match just a shield on the left to being able to match a shield or a paw. And I go... Or actually, wait, is there something I can already fit in here? That'd be even better, right? No, I don't have any shields anywhere. Okay, but yeah, then... I guess it doesn't increase things drastically. Okay, now Mr. Keating, along with the rescue ally, going to make a discovery for us. All right, come on, gang. You got this. You got this. I see some shields. I like that. Oh, this is looking good. Yes, yes, yes. Shield on the left, paw on the right. I guess the move didn't matter. And green on the right. Okay, so I get to decide which one I want to fight. I don't think I've fought boss 3 yet, so we'll call that the boss because the last column's number becomes the boss. And we'll do number 5 for the final event encounter. Hey, look at this! Danny calls from the far side of the meadow. Jayla looks annoyed. I thought we said we're taking a break. Yeah, but this is really cool. We could take a break in here. Danny moves into the bushes. What's cool? Jack asks, following Danny out of sight. Celia looks at Jayla. Boys, she shrugs and heads across the meadow. Through the bushes, there's an old mine entrance. The timbers are cracked and sagging under the weight of the hillside. 30 feet inside the entrance, the way is blocked by a cave-in. The rubble spills around old, dusty mining gear. I wonder if any of this stuff still works, murmurs Celia. She steps inside. A dozen bats fly out and flit through the mist. Eek, I don't know if it's safe to go in there, says Jayla. Thunder booms outside the mine entrance. Doesn't seem safe out here either, replies Jack. So we can either dig around in the rubble to find something useful, and we just gain a token, or spend time digging around to find as much as you can, lose 1 time. Now, that's not going to matter at all for the boss, so this, though, could help us with the roll, so sure, we'll just get the basic result there. And with that, we're going to see what boss number 3 is. We can ditch the evidence board. And I'm feeling great about this. Now, we are playing on normal difficulty, so clearly it'll be a lot harder, but we've got 2 of these icons left, one from Marty. Marty might as well heal us now. Got a spiked bat for an attack. We've got a dog for an attack. 2 wilds from ghosts. Granny can heal us twice. I guess might as well do that now, too, and get all our health back. And we've got a rabbit's foot to change 2 dice to anything we want. But first we have to see who is boss 3 to 4. The Chupacabra. The growling comes heavy from beyond the edge of what the group can see. Jayla tenses but squints her eyes, ready to fight. Danny, more uncertain, white-knuckles his weapon, feeling chills on his back. Celia stands behind Jack, who is frozen but ready to run, either forward or back. What? Jack is not a runner unless he runs to beat somebody with his baseball bat. They've all seen much, and they all think in this moment that they are ready for anything. For a moment, the growling stops, like whatever's making the sound is distracted. There's just a brief interlude of wind pushing a few leaves across concrete when a screeching sound like a nail on a chalkboard pierces the calm. Everyone jolts but holds firm as a claw reaches into view from above the eave of a small shop. Inches-long claws tip bony fingers, connected down a muscled arm. Spikes sprout up at the joints as it drags itself into view, a skeletal body and massive tail close behind. It has a face dominated with an enormous toothy grin, with 3 eyes trained on the kids as they stand below. Its thin neck bends funny as it considers them, thinking it over. The eyes dart up and down, measuring. The growling begins again, a low rumble, and spittle froths at its lips. You know, that is the opposite of cute, says Jack. Looks too much like Danny. Shut up, snaps Danny, his nerve showing. But it means nothing. They all know it sees them. They all know why it looks so hungry. Here we go, big boss battle, but like I said, I think we're ready. So here's how it works. We have to cover up all of these icons. You have to put the die or the token you're using right on there. And we do that by rolling dice. Each round we roll dice. We can roll up to 5. And we can also use our cards and stuff. But at the end of every turn where we've rolled dice or used abilities, we have to suffer this consequence, which is 2 damage. We could even rest to get dice back, up to 5 of them at the cost of 1 time, but we take 2 damage again. But I'm happy it's damage and not time, because if we had gotten 1 or 2 times a consequence, this might have been a lot tougher. I'm feeling pretty good here. So yeah, let's just roll all of these dice, and then I got a billion friends. I think this Chupacabra has met his match in the, ghost, alien, dog-supported baseball bat wielding. That's Jack, right? He's got the baseball bat, of course. Let's just smack this guy down. All right, so we do lose a damage from the green. And then, okay, we do need a talk. We need a wheel. The wild, I don't know yet. We need 1 of those. Oh man, we're going to crush this guy. So we got 2 wilds from Amos. And a wild from a die. That's already 3 things. And then Jack, wade in there, baby. Spiked baseball bat will take down the final hit. Chupacabra, you did not even live 1 full round, baby. And hey, we didn't even have to sacrifice Lucky. He becomes, let's see. I feel like Danny was the loudmouth. He'd probably be the dog friend. There you go. You guys are best buddies. So that was Hunted Wode Ridge, coming to Kickstarter soon. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. And if you'd like to hear my thoughts, just stick around. So what am I thinking about Wode Ridge from the stuff I've played so far? So first of all, kind of the core hunted mechanic is the idea of putting these cards out, having the danger of stuff happening. It's really a push your luck mechanic, and then trying to put these icons together in little combos. And I think all that works fun. It's like very quick, very straightforward. When you're not talking through your turns, you can play through a game of this in like half an hour. It reminds me a bit of something like Unbroken or Meisho that I covered recently, like these little discrete decisions that aren't too challenging, but they do offer nice variety. And I gotta say, I love the art I've seen so far. I think it really kind of evokes that theme. But generally, I think this is a fun, engaging mechanic that isn't too taxing or brain-burny. I also like your little team here and how you can flip them for different effects and regroup with them. It's super powerful when you regroup. As you saw, that might have won the game for me, but it definitely feels nice to have that. I also like the ability to kind of collect other resources, items, and allies, and those kind of things, and like build up your team. Some games I've gotten a ton of that, some none at all. Definitely build some nice variety in there. This is certainly a game that has nice little stories told in it, which is really cool. And also I know this is the first time this is in the Hunted series, this flipping of the cards, and like having different effects on the back, different enemies, different encounters, having an easier time finding evidence, but way more trouble. I think that's again within kind of like the risk-reward, push your luck element of the game. It's also great thematically, just like really fun. And speaking of theme, I love this adventure book. Just like the idea of it is great. I mean, as you saw, it's really basic. Like, they're just giving you, like, a very binary little choice at the end of each one. But the way that this huge variety of encounters helps to kind of build out the personality of your team and gives you sort of unique story beats each game makes this, like, very quick, fun 30-minute game feel a bit more epic and thematic, which I definitely like. And I feel similarly about the evidence board. Again, it's not a brain-burny puzzle. It's not that tough to figure out what you want to do, but it's interesting enough. It's certainly engaging, and it's super fast, which is what I want from a little game like this. Now, as for potential concerns of those thinking of pledging, first of all, just realize that this is a light, quick game. If you're expecting, like, huge strategy here, you're not going to find it. And the basic mechanics are pretty repetitive. Now, I do think the cards and the order they come out and the locations you go to and the items and things inject quite a lot of variety, but still just realize it is basically putting out cards and using them with their abilities. I'm also not 100% sold on the dice rolling. I think it's fine, but many times it feels like not rolling the dice is the best option, so I'd love the balance to be tightened up there. And that's kind of true of the entire game. I'm tending to win on normal pretty consistently, and even on hard, I still tend to win more than I lose. So I'd love for them to kind of make it a little bit tougher or have more levels of difficulty, just so you can really fine-tune the experience you want. But yeah, besides all that, I had a lot of fun with Hunted. I'm really looking forward to trying out the first 2 games in the series. I tried out this prototype before those delivered. It's a fun, quick card game for solo, and 2-player is pretty fun as well. You have this little shared pool of cards. You have like your row and their rows, but you can share cards, which can make you both more vulnerable, but also give you more choices, so that's pretty neat. But this one I definitely encourage you to check out on Kickstarter once it's live. Good gaming, everybody, and I'll see you at the next stop.